The soldier was suddenly horrified to discover that in this bone-dry desert, frost had mysteriously appeared on the ground. Even more terrifying, everyone in the town had been turned into ice sculptures. When one soldier tried to reach out and touch them, the ice statue instantly shattered into pieces. The military quickly caught wind of this incident. After some investigation, they discovered that this extreme weather was actually caused by a malfunctioning satellite. Little did they know, this was actually part of a long-planned conspiracy. To fix the damaged satellite, a space station repair technician headed straight to where it was located. But the moment he got inside, the hatch suddenly slammed shut, and within seconds the technician was sucked out into the vacuum of space. With no other choice, they had to send another repair tech named Jake to handle the job. But when Jake finally made it to the broken satellite, the robotic arm controlling it suddenly went haywire, instantly turning the whole thing into space junk and destroying all the data storage drives. This string of coincidences made him suspect someone was deliberately sabotaging their operation. To get to the bottom of this, they quickly reviewed the surveillance footage and eventually spotted a panel door stuck on the outside of the space station. Inside that panel was a data drive, which could be the key to uncovering the truth. So Jake suited up and ventured outside the station to retrieve that panel. But on his way back, his spacesuit suddenly got ripped open. Luckily, he managed to grab onto the edge of the station at the last second, barely saving his own skin. Though the panel was lost, Jake had managed to pull out the hard drive from inside it. But he only told the female station commander about it, claiming to everyone else that he hadn't recovered anything, because he suspected there was a mole on the station. Sure enough, after some covert investigation with the commander, they discovered everything that had happened was indeed deliberate. Realizing how serious things had gotten, Jake quickly reached out to Mike, a satellite technician on the ground, and told him about the mole on the space station. After learning the mole was trying to activate something called the Zeus Protocol, Mike immediately went to his girlfriend for help, since she was the president's personal bodyguard. As expected, with his girlfriend's help, they finally gained access to the Zeus Protocol files. Turns out, the mastermind was using the satellite network as a weapon. Once the Zeus Protocol was activated, the network could launch attacks on any city at will. Meanwhile, up on the space station, Jake made another discovery. Someone had planted a virus in the system, which was why the satellites had gone rogue and out of control. But to wipe the virus, they'd need to reboot the system, and only the president knew the reboot password. Clearly, all signs pointed to the president being the mastermind behind this conspiracy. Before they could figure out their next move, countless satellites in space suddenly went haywire, instantly triggering massive disasters across the country. To stop this catastrophe, they had no choice but to find the president and get the password to reboot the system. But with their limited clearance, they could only track down the vice president. They thought the VP would help them, but instead he dragged Mike into a back room and pulled out a gun, ready to take him out. Clearly, the vice president was the real mastermind. He wanted to eliminate the president and use the satellite network to control the entire world. Meanwhile, the president was still up on stage giving his speech like nothing was wrong. To protect the president's safety, Mike immediately contacted his girlfriend. Once she learned the president's life was in danger, she didn't hesitate. She fired a few shots into the air, deliberately creating chaos to interrupt the president's speech. Using the excuse that there was a shooter on site, she sent the security team off on a wild goose chase, then hustled the president into a car